Hello and good afternoon, friends. This is Isaiah, and you are here. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I am running a day behind on my videos. For that, I am sincerely sorry. I had to go out of town yesterday to pick up my son for the holiday season. So I didn't. I was on the road yesterday for about 12 hours and didn't have a lot of time to set aside for shooting. So topic I want to discuss today is the subject of transmutation. Now, this may be a term that some of you have heard before and some of you may not. Alchemical terminology, alchemical understanding when you talk about transmutation, but it's not just applied to alchemy itself. Transmutation means to go from one state to a completely different state. The molecular structure, everything about the object or subject changes in appearance, in what it is as a whole. You hear about transmutation talk. Sorry, still kind of tired. Transmutation talked about when you talk about the process of taking lead and turning it to gold. We've all heard about that, the transmutation of lead to gold. But how does transmutation apply to us as eternal spiritual beings living inside of a human vehicle? Well, transmutation, if you're aware of it, again, knowledge is power. If you're aware of the process and what it is and how to apply it to your life, you can actually take yourself, your being, from one state to a completely different state and experience a shift in identity, a shift in perception, and a shift in understanding of the world around you. But how do we do this? Well, I've mentioned this in previous videos. It starts with we need to do some work on the subconscious mind. We need to do some work to rewrite and change our pre-established beliefs and notions. It's the unconscious beliefs more than anything, the autopilot mind, the habitual mind that we often navigate through our lives in on a day-to-day basis. That's usually where we need to go to do the investigation, to find out what work it is that we need to do. That's where the transmutation process needs to begin. Because after all, if you can rewrite the subconscious mind, then you can rewrite your entire life, typically. It's about being open-minded. It's about really being open-minded and being willing and humble to look at yourself. Look at the man in the mirror. As a dear friend told me. Dear friend and mentor told me once. Take a good hard look at the man or woman in the mirror, and don't be afraid to really take a good look. Look into your life. Look into the depths of your soul and ask yourself, what are some things about my life? What are some things about me that I would like to do differently? That I would like to change? And be willing to honestly answer yourself without being mean and abusive. See, it's in a moment like that when you try to go introspective and you're looking to better yourself in some way, make improvements to your life, that the subconscious mind is going to rise up and give you a whole host of things, a list of things, of iniquities, of problems that you have, of things that you need to change, and how terrible you've been. And then at the very end, when it makes this list up, it's going to be like, and by the way, you can't just change it all. This is ridiculous. Get out of the mirror. This is just who you are. And you can't believe it. You got to get rid of the notion, you got to get rid of that idea that this is just who I am. We are nothing more than the stories we tell ourselves. We are nothing more than the definitions that we've placed on things in our environment and in our life. That's just it. And it's up to us. We can change that definition. We can change, what everything has to mean to us. We don't have to have a set identity. It's the beautiful thing. We are chameleons by nature. We can shift. We can change colors. We can, we can't really change colors, but be cool. But, we can change who we want to be. We can change how we dress. We can change what it is that we're about in life and improve upon it. We can, you know, pick and choose the little aspects of our life that, you know, oh yeah, I like this. I didn't really like this about myself. Oh, I want to keep this. And, you know, you can build whatever it is you want to build. You can become whatever being you want to become. And, you know, it's a 3-step thing that we got to think about. And I haven't mentioned this before. Yet there has to be a willingness to first think, feel, and act. It's a trinity of change. But you have to be willing to think. You got to think. You got to come up with a model, plan. You got to make decisions, overcome this mind. And then you've got to feel it. You got to believe it. You got to believe that there's change. You got to believe that you're worthy. You got to believe that, you know, you can do whatever it is you want to do. Then you simply act. You take the first step and you keep taking steps thereafter. That's going to get you closer to whatever it is that you're trying to get close to. You know, we tell ourselves that we're not worthy, and I'm here to tell you that you are. Somebody I've been studying here lately, may pronounce his last name wrong. I'm terrible with names, but his name is Danny Anaki or Anak. Also goes by the name Bashar. He's a famous channeler. But the entity, the being that he channels, came through and said that, you know, if you're alive and if you're breathing and if you're here and you're now and you're worthy, you're absolutely worthy. The universe does not make mistakes. Creation does not make mistakes. And that if you're still alive and you're still breathing, you're still going, you're worthy. You're absolutely worthy, or you would not be here. You are not a mistake in any stretch of the imagination. You are the accumulation of a mass conglomeration of atoms arranged in a very specific manner to be what you are, to be what you see in the physical third dimensional plane. Beyond that, beyond the atomic realm, you are an eternal spiritual being, that which cannot be measured and cannot be seen in this life, but it can be felt. And that feeling, it's there and you're aware of it. It's the part of you that knows what you're thinking. It's the part of you that's observing the thoughts. It's like kind of just in the background there looking and observing the thoughts. We ignore it. We identify with the mind, and, you know, but we don't have to do that. We can observe the thoughts, and then we can change them. Think, feel, act. Holy Trinity of change right there for you. You know, you can, regardless of whatever your story is, whatever you've told yourself, whatever experiences that you've had, you can go from here. You go from here. You can literally go from one state of being to another. I've done this myself. I could tell you stories, and I will, over the course of time throughout this video series of just changes and things that I've gone through. I've been, in my lifetime, there was a time I was just a horrible, mean, hateful person. I was negative. I said and did horrible things to people. Terrible things. And, you know, I had to move on from that vibration, that low vibration. I had to move on from, you know, continuing to act and behave in that manner and treating my fellow man poorly. And I just decided, you know, after much adversity, that I didn't want to be that way anymore. This was years ago, but I decided I wanted to go from being one way to another, and that I wanted to change. I wanted to heal humanity instead of hurt it. I had to make that decision that I wasn't going to be this hateful, pessimistic person any longer. I had to come to the understanding that I was worthy, and I've been on this path now for about 10 years. That was about 10 years ago, and since then, I've changed in various ways, you know. I've had to wear a different mask and engage the world in different ways and do different things, you know, and I've had to try different things. But through it all, I've learned who I am at my core, and I've learned that the clothes that I'm wearing, this external bit that you see of me, this flesh, this human body. This is not me, okay? And it's not you either. It's the part of you that's listening to this video. It's the part of you that maybe synchronously told you to click on this video, check it out, or any other kind of uplifting event in your life that serves you. Soul, higher self, it's directing you. It knows what you need. And if you're willing to listen, it'll help you achieve it. It'll help you get it. You're here to learn, collect information, go home, repeat the cycle, and just keep kind of doing that. What happens thereafter, I don't know. I can make a hypothesis as to what happens when we die, or this, that, and the other. There's very few things I feel like I know for certain. And I'll never try to push my certainty on anyone. You got to get out there. You got to be bold and willing to have your own experiences and to go introspective and have your own discoveries with Source and with your higher self. And you got to determine for yourself what is the way of things, you know. There is no one universal truth. We all have a very specific path in this life that we will live, and we need to live, and we must live. Just don't be a cookie cutter in the box type of individual. Live your own personal life, living to the greatest potential of your fullest expression of individuality and greatness and beauty. Just don't be another carbon copy of, you know, what society wants you to be. Be you, be great, be beautiful, be wonderful. Be good to yourself, love yourself. If you're in a negative state right now, I encourage you to look within and, you know, begin the process of transmutation in your life. Don't be afraid to change states. Don't be afraid to go from that which does not serve you to that which does. And now I'm going to tell you, when you go through this kind of change, it can sometimes be painful and uncomfortable and confusing and disorienting. I mean, you're rewriting the neural pathways inside of your brain. You're changing your habits, and you're becoming a different being, than a different person. You're evolving. And that change is not always the most comfortable process. But if you stay true, you stay committed, you stay focused, you stay dedicated, you stay determined, and you stay hungry, and you keep moving, and you keep going, and you don't give in, and you don't give up. And you stay true to yourself and your dreams, I promise you, you will get through the pain, and things will make sense again. And, you know, you will be living your greatest life. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. And, you know, I hope you're having just many successes in your life, and that your life is unfolding in a way that is going to force you, well, not force you, it sounds ugly, but it's going to aid in your evolution, while at the same time making you blissfully happy. And, you know, till next time, my friends, I hope that you have much peace in your life. I do hope you have much peace in your life, but I hope you have much peace in your mind, much love in your heart, much balance in your soul. Didn't mention this earlier. We're just all discombobulated today, folks. Please share your ideas and thoughts on the subject of transmutation. Any questions that you have, just type them down below in the comments section. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe my channel. And just, you know, let's get the content out there. Let's help heal the world, and, you know, let's do what we can to give back to our fellow man, and you know, just spread the love and do what's right. All right. Till next time, my friends, peace to you.